this is going to be the next one. Maybe I need to bring up the Twitter stuff first to get context for what's going on here. If you aren't chronically online, we'll say, on X and these other ones, you might have missed my little fadangle that happened where... My fadangle, what does that even mean? My little spat with Smash JT. Smash JT came out with a tweet that was... Where is it here? God, he tweets so much about nothing. It's like all about this encouraging harassment against me. Oh, this was 12 hours ago. Okay, we're gonna watch that too. Will of the fans. Did he delete it? No, I don't think he did. Never. Oh, here it is. It's a little farther down. It's a little farther down. All right, boom. We'll start with this. Let's go to reading. Boom. So Smash JT posted here out of nowhere. Alyssa Mercante is currently suing me for harassment while playing a video game with someone who constantly harasses me, and encouraging their followers to contact the cancer hospital where my wife works as a nurse. She's an awful person. Awful people stick together. So, I heard Airbag is playing Peek with me right now. She's not even talking about him in this instance. One thing that I hear all the time is I never say anything until she says something, or she always attacks first, or she attacked first, and all this other stuff. But this is clearly just her talking about her stream and being on with Airbagged, right? And you can take it or leave it on how you think about Airbagged. I don't like this stuff right here, where he, if you want to send videos of Jeff stalking Alyssa, you can email and putting the wife's information down. I think this is fucking completely unhinged. I'll never think otherwise, right? But this is, just her doing her stream, and you just happen to bring up this guy. So, this is individual also threatened to see me at a con. You want to keep making shit up? I'll see you at a con. Yeah, you can take that as a death threat. So then I come in, enter in Wargaming Dad. And I said, is that why you spread her docs? Because someone else brought up your wife? Huh? You spread her docs. It's still linked in your article, and brought it up in your YouTube video. Was it revenge for what Airbag did? Huh? And then, he just kind of like, the problem with you lefties, I never got the answer for the evidence. So he kind of acted like this was no big deal. There was another comment that someone made where he goes, I don't know what they're talking about. Spoiler alert, tough guy never went to the con. So anyways, I dropped my info. Now the original tweet that I made is gone. It's no longer there. Excuse me. It was I deleted it because I had made a mistake. I genuinely didn't think about it when I leaked the article, that the article was still a link to her docs. Smash is more lefty than me. Oh, 100%. He is a full-on lefty. As lefty as they come, you can't deny it. So where is my tweet? God, Wargaming Dad tweets too fucking much. Let's see here, all the Airbag stuff. So anyway, I had tweeted out something like this. Boom. Smash JT, you talk about others doxing and spreading his personal info, or Smash JT talks about other people doxing and spreading his information, while he himself has an article on and YouTube video. While in an article and YouTube video has spread around links to Alyssa's docs. Smash JT has a history of spreading personal information. He has done it to others like McDizzle and even Ubisoft dev who was not involved other than his name being used. Screenshot here. Yeah, I have videos on actual leftists. I'm sure you do, Vincent. So this is part of his article in a move that has seemingly the entire gaming industry shaking their collective heads. Alyssa Mercante has officially sent a cease and desist letter in an attempt to curb the activities of Kiwi Farms. How deep does this go? I assure you, you cannot prepare yourself enough. So my guess, having not looked too deep into this, but I'm pretty sure she sent the cease and desist because of her docs information. I don't know if she sent it because of the cease and desist she got. So anyway, there's two articles here. One of them is to a Kiwi Farms thread talking about the cease and desist. The other one is linked to her her thread, all about her, you know, history and all these other stuff like that. And in the thread is 100% her docs information. So she's been doxed. Smash, in all his infinite wisdom, has spread her docs to his wider audience and keeps it up to this day. I reached out to Smash and said, hey man, I've just shown how you are spreading her docs. Would you, you know, be the guy to take just that link? I'm not even talking about the cease and desist link, just that one link off of that article, so you're not perpetuating this docs that you tend to care so much about. And after I sent this image, Smash went radio silent on me, and nothing else in any of the chats, nothing else like that. I tried to goad him a few times to try and say, hey, do you want to talk about this? I'm a 36 subscriber YouTuber. I understand I'm a shitter, so it's not like he has to come down and talk to me. But if you got someone who is showing serious evidence of you being the kind of person to spread a dox, and you don't think you're that person, maybe you should say something about it. Maybe we'll watch that video and see if he brings me up. Probably not. I'm sure I'll get ignored. So there was that. And then, oh, I meant to change the name of the stream. Hold on. We're going to do this real quick, because I got a good name for it. And I'm probably starving to death in the wilderness right now, but it'll be all right. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, you're talking about this. Oh, I see. Why didn't he show this one? I know why he didn't show this one. Okay, here we go. This isn't airbagged. This isn't even airbag. This is fucking the salmon guy who's been doing that. So he's just flat out, I wish I would have had this yesterday. Oh, I could have rubbed that in their face too. So you should contact the cancer hospital where Smash JT's wife works as a nurse. I only know that Smash JT's wife works at a cancer hospital as a nurse because Smash JT told me and countless others that his wife works as a cancer hospital as a nurse. Okay, yeah, sure. So is this even, did I just, no, that one's airbagged right here. That one's airbagged. I don't believe salmon is airbagged. I think, hasn't Airbagged come out and say that isn't him? Of course they would condone it. I don't condone reaching out to her place of business. She's not on here harassing people. She's just married to someone who does. I'd leave her out. So Alyssa made a comment on it, right? I don't know what else she's supposed to do to convince you that she is. Yes, maybe this is all bullshit. I'm sure the anti-workers will say this is bullshit. But clearly, this is not airbag. This is salmon. and Alyssa isn't condoning this kind of behavior. And you know what to me makes it lead credence that she doesn't condone this behavior? While she reached out to Smash's wife, I think that's unhinged behavior. She didn't dox his wife's information. That came out through other sources. Did she give that information? That is probably correct. I don't know anymore with this crap. Yeah, I mean, I'm becoming a little bit of an A-logger. I've watched way too many Smash videos on Alyssa. Like, it's crazy. Well, I guess this is after the fact, so Airbag did make that comment a while back. So I'll give him that. And then this guy came in, Salmon, and did his thing, and Alyssa's basically saying, don't do the same thing. If anything, this stuff will probably cause more harassment to come her way anyway. Oh, spoilers. So that happened, and then our buddy 8-Bit Eric jumps into the mix over several times. What we're probably going to do is watch the video. Me and him went back and forth for a while on different situations in there, and we kind of got into a spit and match. And then I guess Alyssa reached out to him to get him to take down a tweet that was kind of helping spread the docs. And then she asked for one more where he was saying that the docs doesn't exist anymore, which is a provable lie. And he freaked out and said, I can't believe I showed you empathy. And that's where this video comes from. You're saying it wrong, War. It's 2-Bit Eric. I honestly haven't watched much of his coverage, or content, but we're going to get a taste of him here. And he doesn't... The only time I ever see Eric is in the context of white knighting for Smash. Like, he is Smash's #1 defender in all of these cases. So here we go. I tried being nice to Alyssa Mercante. Big mistake. This sounds exactly like a video that I've heard Smash make, right? It's almost exactly like a video that Smash made.
You ever try to show empathy to somebody just a little bit, only to have it blow up in your face like you handed a toddler a grenade? Well, that was me this week with Alyssa Mercante, everybody's favorite former Kotaku senior editor. And let me just say, never again. If you're following the Smash JT lawsuit that she filed and still think that she's the calm, rational party, buckle up, because you need to hear that.
I don't believe that 8-Bit or 2-Bit Eric has even read the Alyssa Mercante case. And if he has read it, I don't believe he actually understands it. While I do think it's pushing farther than what's actually going to be found, if anything's found, like my impression as a non-legal guy is that this would more than likely fall under what is it called? God damn, I hate words. Negligence, gross negligence. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, but just because he's never directly called for her to be harassed, at least nothing that I've seen that's direct. There have been some pretty close things where he has basically said things that are kind of unhinged, like we must pull every lever. No, 2-Bit, but I think she might be the least insane of the two. Yeah, I mean, that's very possible with some of the things that I've seen in just the lawsuit itself. But yeah, I mean, obviously this guy hasn't read it or understand it. I would like to talk to him about it, but he won't talk to me.
So here's what happened. I made a response to a tweet that somebody was posting saying that Smash JT...
Oh, say my name! Say my name!
He doxed Alyssa Mercante through her Kiwi Farms page, and I said that page didn't appear to have her dox anymore. Simple correction, no malice. But then out of nowhere, like clockwork, She unblocks me again just to
hold on, let's go back and read that message. She's got a bit of the woke brainoid, but Smash, what excuse does he have for his insanity? It's woke brainoid, brain rot that he's got. So let's go back to that message real quick. Oh, shoot. What am I doing? There it is. There it is. Let's go back and read this message. You at least heard it. There we go. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. See, it's not, he only read this part. Small correction, right? Long before Smash's article, you keep linking and referencing. And again, the docs wasn't posted or originated from Smash. I never said the docs was originated from Smash. I said Smash spread the docs through her Kiwi Farms page. Now, if I can ever find the message of Smash knowing that her docs was out there, then I'll post that too, but I was having trouble finding it. There's Will of the Fans sent it to Smash with the information crossed out, so I know that. Then we keep going. Oh, let me get you on the read mode. Read a little bit here. Linking to a thread that no longer contains private information isn't remotely on the same level as what Merc or Airbagged have done. They directly posted someone's family's home and workplace. Guess what's in this thread? Guess what's a lie? The fact that the docs information is gone. And here's my thing. At least he didn't get called a Kotaku type for these losers. I got called a lot of things, but not Kotaku type. So let's go over this a little bit. It doesn't matter. Even if there had been no more docs information on there, right? Even if I wasn't right, completely and utterly right, the fact that he linked it in the past when it probably had that docs information on there is still the fucking problem, right? It's still the issue. He, knowing her docs was on there, linked the video spreading, or linked it in a video spreading her docs. She, from my understanding, reached out to him about it, and, he told her to fuck off. Well, that may be wrong. Don't hold me to that. I want to say that I saw it, but don't hold me to that. I may be completely off base in my rage against the anti-woke. But go off, King. I proved it. I told him this is wrong, and then he corrected himself. Let's see if he brings that up.
No malice. But then out of nowhere, like clockwork, she unblocks me again just to DM me. And in these DMs, she asked me to take the tweet down, and I did.
Okay, here we go. This is a lie. I am not trying to draw tons of attention to it, as it still has the docs of my parents and others on there. Literally right now. Please do not bring more attention to that. Delete that tweet. Now, Alyssa reached out to me too, because yes, I had made a mistake there, and I deleted the tweet. She was okay with the screenshot, so I remade a post, only putting on the screenshot. She was a little bit nicer than me. But let's see what Eric says. Because this, you know what this was for me when she messaged me? Oh yeah, sure thing, my bad, sorry about that. And that was kind of it. We talked further about some of the other things going on and things like that, but other than that, nothing. Which, I get it, it's going to be different with him talking to her. She doesn't like him, he doesn't like her, so there's a difference in interests and a little bit of tension there. But all in all, this isn't unhinged, right? This is just straightforward. Please delete that. A little bit more harshly, I guess, than he wants. If I got something wrong, it wasn't on purpose. It doesn't mean I lied. Okay. She did say you were a liar, but you just spit it out your ass, right? I saw a note about a third-party removal and based my comment off that. I would like to see this note that he saw, because I don't know where this would have come from. I don't support doxing at all. I'll delete the tweet, because you asked politely and it involves your parents. That doesn't mean I admit to doing anything wrong. Like, what the fuck is this statement? You did do something wrong. You spread the false information that the docs wasn't there, and you were wrong about it. So yes, there was something wrong fucking done in this situation. Just admit to it. Why do you have to say I didn't do anything wrong? It's like you don't want to give an ounce to her because she's your mortal enemy, as some of these people would fucking say, as he would say. I hope you also ask, oh, hey, look, my name made it. Wargaming Dad and McDizzle. I don't know why they did McDizzle, because I guess he retweeted it. Also brought attention to it, because once I deleted mine, it would have deleted it for McDizzle anyway. So yeah, that's what we got so far. His comment back, I can see why this might have set her off for what we're seeing coming. I don't agree with what she said. She even told me, yeah, I was a little too much, too extra on it. So let's see what he says further.
Not because I agreed with her. Let's get that clear. Not because I was scared. Let's get that double clear. I took it.
Why does he have to say that? What would you be scared of, bud? It's just a dude or a chick asking you to take down a video. So why do you have to do this posturing? It's so gay. It's so gay, and it makes you sound weak. You don't have to admit I'm not scared. Are you scared? I'm not scared. Come on, bud. Just say, yeah, I'll take it down. I'm sorry, I got the information wrong, and move on.
Down because she asked politely, and it involved her parents. And I thought, okay, let me be a decent human being. Let me show a little empathy here. Big mistake. Here's the DM that...
So you didn't show empathy there. Empathy is saying, hey, I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry I got this wrong. That's also taking accountability. And then just deleting the tweet. But no, you had to put in all these... Everyone has to put in these extra little things, right? Extra little stuff like, I'm not admitting that I'm wrong. This guy did it too. Are you going to tell him to take it down? Like, it's just yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. You can do this to your enemies, which is also absolutely brain dead to call people, 8-bit soy. Well put. It's brain dead to call these people on the internet your enemies. No, none of these people are my enemy. These are just people I talk about online. Am I friends with any of them? No, of course not. They're not going to want to be friends with me. Well, I say that. I think I've gotten at least into the hearts of a few people, or at least into the minds of a few people. At least Dash. I don't know if... which I don't really care necessarily, if nobody has seen my coverage or would like it. I thought about posting that as a little clip, just because, I did say it. I think it would be interesting for people to see, and I do believe in a lot of the stuff I said to him. But this I have to say these other things so I don't look like a weak pussy. Well, I hate to tell you, doing it makes you look like a pussy.
She sent me last night saying, this is a lie, and it linked to my tweet, which is now deleted. She said that she is trying not to draw a ton of attention to it, as it still has the docs of her parents and others on there literally right now. Please do not bring more attention to that. Delete the tweet. And I was like, you know what? I guess it was late night. I felt a little bit of empathy. I felt sad for her. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go.
This is just taking accountability for your wrong actions too, right? If I get something wrong, if anyone gets something wrong, the first thing, and this is me repeating myself with what, upper echelon said about just, they're not going to get what they want. And this feels the same energy right here. Admit you're wrong and move on. It's not, take your L's and carry them. It shows people that you're willing to take those L's and you're willing to correct yourself. If anything, it makes you look stronger. Yeah, you're going to have some people who are going to do this gay little, he was wrong. Yeah, sure. But it's better for me to correct the record and be happy with myself than to just be wrong because someone's, you know, I want to get one up on someone. It just makes you look dumber.
Go ahead and just take it down. Maybe
2-Bit got bullied by Keemstar on Lolcow Live, or that's the way it seems from one of 2-Bit's own video titles. Send me that video and we will watch. Why would you? Oh God, I hate Lolcow Live. It's one of the worst things to ever come up. It was interesting when Boogie was lying about his cancer. Anything else after that has just been endlessly boring. now back to 8-Bit or 2-Bit.
In this instance, we could just have a middle ground. I'll delete it. She asked nicely. We move off, right? But this is where I make the mistake of thinking that somebody like her could think logically. Somebody like her could act like an adult. So check my response out, which I think was pretty professional on my behalf. And I didn't even have to give her that. So my response down here says, if I got something wrong, it wasn't on purpose. It doesn't mean I lied. I saw a note about a third party.
Yeah, this is childish. It doesn't mean I lied. It doesn't mean I lied. I didn't lie. I went with the information I had. Sure. Yeah, you went with the information that you say you had. I would like to see this little information you had. And leave it at that. I'm sorry I spread the wrong information. I'll delete the tweet. But, as you see, it's much longer than that.
Removal and base my comment on that. I don't support doxing at all. I'll delete the tweet because you asked politely and it involves your...
He says he doesn't support doxing, but he definitely supports the spreading of someone's dox, because the guy he was guarding against all of this, the guy that he was fighting for in the trenches, did spread her dox.
Your parents. That doesn't mean I admit to doing anything wrong. I hope you also asked the Wargaming guy and McDizzle, who also brought attention to it. Which, funny enough, both of those individuals actually made tweets directing attention and traffic towards that Kiwi Farms page. I mean, how does that work out? Oh, it's because I'm not going against Smash. This is about managing...
All right, bud. Yeah, I did. I have owned up to that fact, and I even put out a retraction statement. He has this is the worst manager I've ever had at McDonald's energy. True. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. Yes, I did make a mistake by posting the link. Sure. But should I not have called out Smash for this behavior? Alyssa flat out told me that the image was okay because it shows what's going on there and gets the point across. So that's what I should have done. In the future, I will look closer at that. I take my L. I wear it on my chest.
Optic with her, guys. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, he's going into the optics argument.
So I said, that said, going forward,
hold on.
Post is my choice, respect.
Yeah, McDizzle got brought into this. Mostly it was me adding him because I mentioned him in the getting his name spread around, because it's very obvious that Smash does not care about spreading around people's information. Which, talking about that, we'll get back to you in a minute, bud. Talking about that. Let's pull this off again. Boom, boom, boom. In my secondary statement that I added. Boom, boom, boom. No, that's not what I need. This is what I need. There's this video. All right, let's bring it back up. We have this video right here.
The full name, you are subtly implying that you are encouraging your audience to proactively dox a person. It's not even subtle, it's right out in the open. And you know, she can be like, oh, I'm not doxing him, I'm not doing anything. That's his name. People have written about him before. He's shared articles with his full name in it. It's like, yes, but when you, a known person that does not like me, starts doing it, it has a different implication. But by giving the full name...
Did you hear that? By you, a known person who dislikes me, spreading that information, approves them of doxing?
It has a different.
Oh, it has a different implication, basically leading to harassment, further doxing, and things like that. Now, when Smash does it, it's okay. It's okay by all of his friends when Smash does it. Apic Eric has no problem with Smash linking a dox to someone else because, by their words, it's not actually a dox. And they're right. But it is spreading a dox of that person. So let's pop back a little here.
I mean, how does that work out? Oh, it's because I'm not going against Sage. You made McDizzle, who also brought it attention and traffic. Enough, both of those individuals actually made tweets directing attention and traffic towards that Kiwi Farms page. I mean, how does that work out? Oh, it's because I'm not going against Smash. This is about managing optics with her, guys. That's exactly what it is.
It's not about okay, you want to hear my honest opinion? I have had conversations with Alyssa Mercante. I do not give a fuck about her optics. I'm pointing out the bad behavior of Smash, which this dumb-looking motherfucker won't even consider. Not once in our entire thing, besides him saying the dox is no longer there and that it's been so long it doesn't matter anymore, bro, has he even admitted that what Smash JT may have been wrong. He's okay with you spreading the dox. It's fine because it's against, as we'll find out with his words, the enemy.
So I said, that said, going forward, what I choose to post is my choice respectfully because
this line is completely retarded and doesn't need to be put in there.
I'm not going to have Alyssa Mercante demanding that I delete stuff, that she could control me. She does not have leverage in this. This was a moment.
This comes, like, that very statement comes from a weak man. A weak man that thinks just because she asked me to do something, she has leverage over me. This is optics. I don't want anything that Alyssa Mercante could use against me. And you know what? If me and Alyssa were fighting, or any of these fucking dudes were fighting. In fact, you know what? I'll show you what you do in this situation. Because I did it with him. Let's see here. Stuff that he won't bring up. Hurt feelings. Let's see here. And this is probably not perfect. I'm not saying I am, the best at retracting my statements. But you can take an L and not feel like people have anything over you. I had this situation, I had a situation where these anti-wokers, Will of the Fans, tried to get leverage over me because as a dumb new YouTuber, I made the mistake of not having one of my settings set. And since I was streaming to myself, and maybe one individual who thought my stream was just the gameplay at the time, it was completely no, it couldn't have been, because I was talking about the cowboy guy and his calling out of the anti-woke but not really wanting to get involved with it. He was really just mad, tired of seeing it. And they tried to use that as leverage to say, hey, I should never stream again, blah, 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 blah. And I think it's funny. It's funny that I did it, I think he blocked me after I called him out for his lies. So he blocked me after I added him to come on to the show and talk to me. And he's kept the block up. Like, he's blocked me before and then unblocked me to kind of seem like he's not blocking me. As like a workaround. God, I don't know where I had this tweet. Anyway, once he said the comment that he said, I saw the tweet after he did it. It was a comment that he said, hey, you're spreading this around too, blah, 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 blah. I just talked to Alyssa and was getting ready to take it down, and I gave him the props. He says, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't have linked the actual document. I should have just stuck to the screenshot and went from there. Is basically what I said. Easy. Took my L, took it in place, put up my little notice saying, hey, this is what happened. I I refused to have a convo with Smash because I was scared. I get that. Not everybody. Okay, talking in person, I was in the wrong there and took the L. Yeah, it's exactly what I did. It's not easy to talk one-to-one on people, especially people you are in conflict with, right? Even when I did my when I did the stream with you and Dash and nobody, I was very, oh no, I'm in a storm, I'm gonna die. I was actually super nervous going into the beginning because I didn't know how this was going to go. Am I going to say something stupid? Am I going to look like a complete moron? You know, how's this going to go? I know I have my talking points, and in all honesty, I don't think it went all that well. It could have been better, but it knocked that thing out. I'm good with it. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to say that you need to. I think you need to step up at that point and sometimes go out and do it, right? It went well, to be honest. Yeah, I think it went fair. I think there were some mistakes I made, and I'm always hard on myself. But anyway, here we go.
Empathy, because she brought her family into it, and I bent the knee. Mistakefully, I regret it. I never will.
There it is. I'm going to keep pausing on this. I bent the knee. I gave in to my enemy. She's evil, and I had to bend down on my knees and pray that she didn't use this against me. Like, this is just take the L. It takes the storm out of the other guy's argument.
We'll do it again. She responds in the most classy, most professional way, saying, "Oh, get off your high horse, Eric. I asked because my parents."
So why do you think, anybody in chat, why do you think she said get off your high horse? You think there's a reason for that, or maybe a line in there that you used that might have, I don't know, made it seem like you were disingenuous or anything like that? Maybe that last line where you're just having to still have the last say.
And boyfriend are doxxed, you semi-sentient blobfish, eat shit. This isn't a game, it's people's fucking lives. I deleted it because you asked politely. I gave you what you wanted. I gave you what you requested. No problems on it. And this is how you respond. And again, give somebody an inch, they will take a mile, guys. I knew she was gonna do this, by the way.
Well, this is...
Even though a small part of me hoped she wouldn't, I knew she was going to do it.
Well, I mean, when you make a statement like the last one and she's already mad at you, yeah, I can see where you knew that she was going to take the bait.
So I'm going to make content out of it, Toots. You wanted attention, you got it. And then...
That's like the weakest you wanted attention, you got it. This guy is by far the least scary person I've ever heard. You got it, Toots. I'm gonna make content about you.
This part is where it gets even more deranged, guys. She says, also, go F yourself one more time for good measure. You're so desperate for relevance, you'll sell your soul to any bidder, not even the highest. You're all the first people to screech about families, but mine has been doxxed for nearly a year, and your savior, who only became your savior so you can ride him like a remora in an attempt to increase your audience, has been linking to it for months while you pro-clutch over a legal document that we edited his address out after he freaked out and started wrongfully accusing me of doxing him, even though his lawyer never requested we do so. Odd if he was so concerned. I keep quiet because this is very serious, but please know I have endless receipts of his aggressive, defamatory, harassing, and deceptive behavior. You're pathetic, but at least you had the decency.
Dude, for you to get butthurt over this comment is just crazy to me. This is like the weakest. This isn't even that harsh. Come on, man. I've had women tell me worse than this.
To remove an untrue tweet about my effing docs, go to AA. Classy response, right? From somebody that's completely normal and not unhinged. And then on top of that, she had the nerve.
I mean, all women are some form of unhinged. That was like the least unhinged I've seen.
To link to another tweet saying remove this one too. And that's where I put the foot down, guys. That's where I'm taking this stand. I said I knew the second I showed empathy, you try to weaponize it, which she absolutely did.
She didn't weaponize it. She just asked you to take it down. Weaponizing it would mean going like fucking public with it, right? She didn't go public with this and try and say that you're some kind of evil person. I mean, or no, that you're weak. Look what he did. I got him to bow down. She didn't weaponize it at all. You don't understand what that word fucking means. She wanted you to take. She got pissed off, and then she wanted to take you to take down another tweet that you were wrong about, which if you found out you were wrong, whether she messaged you or not, you should want to take down, right? You want your information to be truthful and correct, facts and logic.
Took the post down only because you asked politely and it involved your parents. That was me being decent, not admitting guilt, and not giving you control. This isn't about harm.
See that thing where control? I'm not giving you any control. Come on, dude. This is like beta male fucking material. I don't know if 2-Bit is married or not, but I guarantee if this is the way he talks, his wife wears the pants in the family, girlfriend, whatever he has. This is nothing. You shouldn't be afraid of a woman trying to take control of you. She just wanted a wrongful tweet gone. Yes, you got me to say we will call him 2-Bit for now.
It's about you trying to manage optics. Funny how you're not asking anyone else to take down Kiwi Farms mentions. That's how
she did. This was in private, and more than likely you took this down at around the same time I did.
Me everything. You're also flat out wrong about my content. I was doing this content shift years before the guy you're weirdly obsessed with. He was never part of the equation. And you calling anyone an alcoholic, bold move considering you're basically a walking wine spill. I'm not removing anything else. You want it gone, drop the lawsuit. Yep, you want it gone?
You want it gone, drop the lawsuit. What fucking weak energy, man. This guy is the biggest pussy I've ever seen. He's afraid of a woman, and he's trying to man up and sound like the tough guy. Send the lawsuit, Alyssa. Send the lawsuit. She doesn't care about you. Once Smash stops having to talk about her, the rest of y'all are gonna fucking stop too. The only reason y'all ever bring her up is generally in the case of, well, except for Eric. Eric, for some reason, loves to bring up her tweets constantly, especially the ones where she is like half dressed or in a bikini or something like that. So take with that what you will.
Drop the lawsuit against Smash JT. And yeah, I focused on Hogwarts Legacy and other stuff like that PlayStation PR marketing guy that was in cahoots with you a couple years ago, trying to cancel RGT 85. People don't talk about that story enough. That was long before Smash JT was involved. Anyway, she has the
okay. Hold on. You can. All right. Two things can be true. One, you were moving into this kind of content. Two, you rode the coattails of Smash because he got a lot of notoriety, right? Just because you were covering the content doesn't mean you were covering it successfully. I mean, are you that successful still? One day, 985, not bad, not bad. Let's do a quick channel peek here. We have almost 100,000 subscribers.
Ladies and
okay,
gentlemen,
I don't need to hear that. BioWare was dying long before Veilguard. You motherfuckers jumped on the bandwagon I was already on. Jesus. 31K, 3.6K, 22K, 4.5K. Let's see if we can see recent videos. Ooh, 1.2K, 1K. 22, this one did pretty well. 14, 780, 2.8K, 1.8K, 855 views. I mean, you're almost to 100,000, but you're only getting, what, an average of like 1.5K views with the occasional one that blows up. I think your channel's starting to die a little bit. It may be the end of your rodeo if you don't switch content again. Even this video, one day to hit 1K, so we're at 1K there. See if it goes up any more. I mean, I think for day one, if he was getting 22K in 2 days, obviously this video isn't doing as well. So maybe the Alyssa grift is starting to not pay off as much as it did. But it's just because you were, again, we'll say it again, just because you were making that content before doesn't mean you didn't jump onto the coattails of another more successful creator to get a little bit of clout.
Told me eat her ass, pussy. Interesting. And then she said, I did ask people to take them down. You're just effing stupid. And
Yep.
once again, knee-jerk reacting rather than doing due diligence.
Yep.
Your whole response to these DMs, girl, is a knee-jerk reaction.
Yes, it is. It's a knee-jerk reaction to the way you made the comment. Instead of just being honest, well, he was probably more honest than you see. Instead of seeing the mistake you made and correcting it, you had to make sure that you put on there that I'm not taking, I'm not giving you any leverage. I'm not doing anything like that. I don't think, yes, Alyssa can be vitriol with y'all and things like that, but the more and more that I read back and forth with this, she seems the less unhinged of the rest of you. I look forward to my court date. Maybe you'll be there, you ugly ass bitch. Never gotten drunk on live stream and pissed myself, so there's that. I did not know about this, and I would like to know if this is true and if the clip is still around.
A knee-jerk reaction from you. Nobody takes you seriously. That's why you don't have a job in the industry anymore. I'm sorry. It's you. You've laid your bet in it.
I think it's two parts. So Kotaku was already dying on its own. I don't think the anti-woke did much for that. The Kotaku was dying long before the anti-wokes came into the mix and hijacked the movement into the woke nonsense that it is today. Not that all of it is. I do have my points. But her losing her job at Kotaku was probably more of her, hey, I know y'all are getting a lot of harassment from me. Or even them saying, hey, you're getting a lot of harassment. We can't keep doing this. Which I don't think that was the case because she had really positive, tweets of hers, the editor backing her and stuff like that. But it was probably like, hey, I'm going to step away so y'all don't keep getting all this bullshit hate that's always being targeted at me. Because she shows in the lawsuit that there were, people sending messages to her work, to, her editor, to everybody around her. So yeah, I think it's not because she's a bad editor or a bad writer. I think it's more because there was a ton of harassment coming her way.
And again, she says, I look forward to my day in court. Maybe you'll be there. Oh, I was already planning on showing up if it goes this far because I can't miss the shit show. And then she calls me ugly ass bitch. I've never gotten drunk on live stream and pissed myself, so there's that. No, but you wrote an article saying that you were in a bar and you slept with a guy because he said Shakira was fat. So yeah.
Okay. And what does that have to do with anything? Sure, it's a wretched lefty article. But what does that have to do with anything? In any of this situation or what she just said? This is you trying to get back because she said you pissed your pants on stream.
Last night she was in my DMs. I complied. I showed empathy. And then the next morning she responds in the most unhinged way possible. Absolutely unprovoked meltdown in my DMs.
It's amazing that this guy can read that and actually think that he doesn't look like a complete and absolute brain dead retard in this. It just amazes me that he has no self-awareness for what could have happened in that comment. Was she a little vitriol? Was she not very nice? Sure. Maybe she shouldn't have completely gone off the rails. But, women be crazy. So there's that.
Like, I wasn't even talking to her anymore. She just couldn't help herself. She took that inch I gave her and tried to take a mile out of it, accused me of all sorts of things, made personal jabs, and this part's hilarious, guys, called me an alcoholic, which is rich coming from somebody who practically sweats spritz. Like, she literally had, like, go to her page and look at how many times she has a spritz. She probably smells like boxed wine and bad decisions, honestly. And the best part, like I said, you don't see her melting down asking anyone else.
Why is he showing why is he showing pictures of her like having a good time? Okay, yeah, she's probably I think personally, I think she has enough connections that she lives better than probably most people think on those things outside of the harassment stuff. But I mean, this is just someone showing pictures of themselves on the weekend. How are you making her look bad because she's having a good time?
Else to take down posts mentioning Kiwi Farms, just mine. Because this isn't about protecting her family, guys. This is about control. It's about silencing.
See this bullshit. We're already starting to get into the buzzwords. I hear it coming. It's not about control. Why would it be about control? Like, what makes you think it's about control? She wanted a tweet taken down. She said it was from her family. What in her statement said that she wanted to control you?
People selectively while pretending to be the victim. If it's not painting, smash.
Pretending to be the victim, it was her fucking docs. It was her and her family's docs. Like, how is it pretending to be the victim? I need you to explain this to me, 2-Bit, because right now you're just sounding retarded.
JT as the bad guy, she doesn't want it up. Now, if you're somebody who's been following Alyssa because of the lawsuit that she filed against the Smash,
yeah, that's right,
situation with what's going on with their videos.
Yeah, I'm showing off 8-Bit Murphy right here. If you've got any funny videos, there's apparently a tweet that's alleging that in a stream he got drunk and pissed himself. So if we've got that, I would like to review it as part of this this content, or maybe at a later date.
Maybe you thought she was standing up for something, right? Maybe you believed that she was acting in good faith, but this is how she operates behind the scenes, guys.
She operates by wanting the people that she says is doxing her to stop spreading her docs. Yeah. Real unhinged. Real unhinged.
How she DMs people privately to demand things. She weaponizes empathy when it suits her, and she flips on it.
How does she weaponize empathy? Like, to weaponize something, you have to actively use it against them. What has she done in these tweets to use it against you? Like, where is that? You have to go somewhere and use it as a weapon. All she's done is ask you to take it down, and then when you made your retarded little comment and basically acted like a complete vagina, saying, I'm not going to give you any ground. You can't control me. I'm not afraid of you. Then she fucking lost her shit, right? Weaponized empathy, like Smash JT saying his family was doxxed and such. Yeah, every time Smash gets on screen, I don't know why I keep getting off and on this motherfucker. It's because I'm just chatting and thinking with my my slot brain instead of my gaming brain. Yeah, I mean, Smash does this on a daily basis. He constantly brings up, and you know what? What's funny about this? Alyssa kept her family quiet on the whole thing until this situation, where I started talking about it, and until 8-Bit leaked this specific call log, she hadn't said anything publicly, as far as I know, on her family being in this. And she even specifically told me it's because she wanted to keep it quiet on her family. So I may have played a part in that information getting pushed back to where it was. So that I am remorseful for, especially if something happens to her family, right? Alyssa has been taking the heat for a while. So it's your fault. Nice. Yeah, it's my fault for calling them out. I made the mistake. I said I made the mistake of linking his article because it further linked it. I should have just used the screenshot. Me and Alyssa agreed on that. So I'll take the L there. But it doesn't change the fact that I was calling out Smash for spreading her docs openly on his website to this day. He still hasn't taken it down, even though I've requested that he does.
A dime when she doesn't get total control. And that's not how adults handle things.
Total control. This guy talks about being an adult. It sounds like a kid talking to other kids about being mature. You should be more mature about this. You should be mature that Smash is spreading your docs all over the place. Right? You should be more mature for your age. Dude, you sound like a fucking child. And the instances you talk for a child. You refuse to take any accountability for the things that you have done in this situation too. Okay? You refuse to show Eric needs more teenagers to yell at. Yeah, but then he doesn't sound like he's all that competent, and he'll just have to put the fries in the bag himself, you know? It's just, what do you say further to this? This doesn't make him look good. Is all I can say. This video does not make him look good. It makes him look brain dead. I missed the bit about Smash supporting BLM. That proves the dude more of a lefty than me. Yeah, there's so many things out there of how Smash has changed his morals. It's just absolutely hilarious. Smash doesn't care about anything for money. He doesn't care about gamers or any of that other, or he care about anything but money. All he cares about is gamers. Yeah, these dudes could have been mature, I don't know, moved on from her. Instead, they saw $5 off YouTube ads and said, give me that. I have some bangers on my Twitter mocking Smash. I'll have to go through that and find some more. I mean, my biggest thing that I don't want to do on here, right? And I keep talking about myself because that's the reference I have to go by, is I do not want to come to the point of where I'm not. I want to be truthful in everything I do. Like, if I say something, I want to at least at the time believe I have the right information. I want to have looked into it, gotten it from good sources, all the typical stuff. I'm not going to take insiders, so don't think that's going to be a thing. But, you know, I if I'm ever wrong, like I was in this situation, I want to admit to it. And that, I think, should be the minimum standard for anybody. You were wrong, 2-Bit, about her docs not being on there. You acted like a child after she asked you to take it down by adding all this other text into the situation because you're afraid Alyssa Mercante may get control of you, because I guess you don't know how to act like a man. And then you make this video acting like you're some big dude making videos about her now. You just look retarded. You look like a baby, and you look wretched.
How professionals act during a lawsuit. That's not how somebody that's supposedly traumatized.
What does this have to do with it? Like, your interaction with her has nothing to do with the lawsuit. There's nothing that in that text or tweet that I think is going to ruin her lawsuit. Should she be digging into Smash some of the way she is? I personally don't think so, but I don't know law. I don't know what she's finding out from her lawyer. That's completely into here. But now you're trying to bring in the lawsuit instead of the interaction you're having. Let's stay on topic.
Engages with people that are trying to de-escalate a situation.
Whoa. De-escalate? Is that what that is? You didn't de-escalate. You didn't de-escalate with me. You just kept doubling down or calling me, which... good point. I forgot. Now that we're to this point, 8-Bit Eric, as funny as it was, called me an actual grifter, right? I'm a grifter who who just is never gonna, I'm just in it for the money, all 36 of my subs, And man, I thought to myself, just absolutely like, man, I'm a grifter, but I haven't gotten my paycheck yet. Like, what's going on here? Where is my paycheck for being a grifter? Because I need to make this happen, right? I need to make the money. If I'm gonna grift, if I am a grifter, I need to make that money off of it. So what I did, so I went into Streamlabs and I set up a little text alert for y'all to be able to tip me. I'll have to find the link now. I'm having trouble finding it to get the link in. But in Streamlabs for $2, we're going to do a little shill here. I got 6 people in chat. Let's see how many likes I have on the video. Shilly McShill shill. Where is it? Where is it? What do we got here? What do we got? Boop. Get out of there. Nope. There we go. What did you just do? Open up this, buddy. But if you haven't liked the video, like the video. Get me the likes that I need. Yeah, I got 4 likes in the video and 5. No, I got 6 people in here. That means 2 of you are mooching off of this grifter's content and not getting me to getting paid. So put that in there. Give me a couple likes so we can push my grifting ass to the top. And here soon, when I find it, I will post the link for you to tip me for being a grifter. Now, no one has to tip me. This is more a joke than anything else, but it does read out TTS. So there we go. There's my grift. We'll see if I find my tip pay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom.
I took down the post. I was trying to de-escalate it, and that's how she gets. I learned a lesson here, guys, and maybe it's one that some of you need to hear too. Stop giving these people the benefit of a doubt, because when somebody shows you who they are, you need to believe it. Okay, this is
a comment I hear them say all the time. Like, every one of them, when someone shows you who they are, believe it. All right, well, you show me to be a beta male who's afraid of a woman taking control of her because maybe you're a sub in your relationship. You're disingenuous. You will say information is wrong, and then when you are proven or corrected, because you don't like the person, you will decide to keep the wrong information up. And you support a guy who actively spreads the docs of at least one other person and the names of other people in which that said person has admitted leads to doxing and harassment.
is her. This is Alyssa Mercante. This is why you don't negotiate with people who want power, not peace, right? She doesn't want peace. She doesn't want people to get along. Without that struggle.
How do you get any of that from any of these interactions that we have? Like, what about this whole interaction with Alyssa is her wanting to gain power over anybody? Like, most of the tweets that I see are her like, leave me alone, you guys are harassing me. Yes, sometimes she brings it up on her own, which, Alyssa, you need to calm that down on your side. I think it will help, but I understand to a point. Just stop talking about each other. I feel like I'm having to be the adult and be like, hey guys, just stop talking about each other.
Without her being a victim, she doesn't have her book that she's writing. She doesn't have her Patreon. She doesn't have her articles on all the websites that she writes for. She made her own bed with Smash JT, and now she wants everybody else to lie in it with her, right? To lie with the fleas. So for those of you who think that she's still fighting the good fight, ask yourself, is this the kind of person who deserves your support, or are you just afraid of being her next target? I think a lot of you are afraid, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay sharp. Don't get guilted into submission. Always remember,
I think that's it.
It's a two-way street. If somebody drives over you the second that you show it, they were never worth it to begin with. While she's throwing tantrums in the DM. So I'm done, okay? No more deleting, no
Yeah, this is just an excuse that he's using so that he can keep doing the stuff that he wants to do, right? And feel morally right. He's telling himself, I'm morally right for doing this. 8-Bit Eric is pathetic. It looks like his channel is starting to die like all the other anti-wokers. He takes no accountability for himself. He's just a little wretched human being who the only thing he holds on to there at the end, it was priceless. The subscriber graphics, yeah. So it's weak. This guy is weak. He's afraid. He's running from talking to me. He says I'm a grifter and that I don't have any good faith or anything like that. Let's see if I can find that tweet too. We'll bring that up. So I thought, hey, this is a good opportunity to get someone that I disagree with on. Maybe we can actually hash it out and I can get someone to agree with your content. So 8-Bit Eric's response basically to me on that was, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he said this, which for me, it's just very telling on him. You don't give your enemies a platform, plain and simple. This is very telling. Enemies. They have to be the enemy. It can't just be someone you disagree with. It can't be anything else but the enemy. And as long as you call them the enemy, you're always in the right no matter what you do. This is actually a very SJW, social justice warrior tactic that was used back, 2016 and on. Yeah, us versus them SJW tactic. You can't have a good conversation with these people. Even gets into it here. No matter if they say they want to have a conversation or challenge you. That's rarely about honest dialogue. It's about control. 8-Bit Eric is so afraid about being controlled. He's so scared that someone's going to take away his control. Yes, literal hug box, Kimoji. Literal hug box. Optics, it's always about optics with these people. We can't just, and what optics is there me saying this? I guess I'm making Smash's optics look bad, sure, but they do look bad because he has this out there. And baiting you into validating their story. Okay. Do you think it's wrong that Smash JT has Alyssa's docs up there? You say doxing is bad. Do you think spreading it is bad? If you agree spreading it is bad, then you're validating my story. But he's never going to come out and directly say that. He's going to say, I think doxing is bad, and then never say anything else about what Smash is actually doing. A couple of the other people and think, well, it's technically not a dox. Yeah, sure, it is. By definition, not a dox. It's still spreading someone's personal information to a wider audience. So what's wrong with me validating a story that Smash JT did something wrong? If Smash JT had come out and messaged me back and said, hey, you're right. You're absolutely right. I shouldn't have put that docs up there. Well, he didn't even have to say you're absolutely right, right? He could have come out and simply say, I'll delete it. And then delete it. And I would give him more props than anything else. He doesn't need to give props to me. He doesn't need to give any kind of I'm sorry statement to Alyssa or anything like that. Though, that can go a long way with stopping this whole harassment back and forth bullshit that's going on. It's just taking accountability and living up to your L's. Simple, easy. If you're a man, you have to own your L's. Period. Otherwise, well, you're a beta cuck. When you give them our platform, you hand over your audience your credibility and the spotlight they didn't earn. So here's the thing, if I go on to 8-Bit's podcast, right, his show, and I talk with him, do you think I'm going to pull any of his fans that believe in this Alyssa stuff away? It sounds like he's afraid that I might make a good point right? That I may make something he can't defend, and he'll look stupid, and maybe some of the people who've been watching this will have a little crack in their armor and realize, wait a minute, something's wrong here, and do a little bit of digging to find out more, right? It's almost like he's afraid that his arguments aren't strong enough to be able to defend. You know, I'm always willing to test my arguments and be proven wrong. So come on, anytime, 8-Bit. From this on out, I'm calling you out. I'm a nobody shitter, but I'm calling you out. If you are so strong in your arguments and all of these things, talk to me. Talk to somebody else besides just sitting in your little hug box with all your little other SJWs clapping about how bad Alyssa Mercante is while you circle jerk. They're not here to debate in good faith. That's, you know, you won't even give it a chance. Clip it. They want to clip you, twist your words, turn your space against you. You don't own airtime to people trying to tear you down. Silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. Strategy. So, by strategy, I mean, it just says he won't talk to you because he doesn't feel strong enough about his arguments. He's weak. He's beta. He just wants to sit in his little hug boxes and be proven wrong.